Well, hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. You're watching the Cricket Next YouTube channel. We are here to talk about India versus Australia, fourth test, the Boxing Day test match. Today was the Boxing Day, and Australia threw a heavy punch, a very heavy punch to the Indian team. Indian team somehow, in a way, fought back towards the last 1 hour of the day, last few wickets that Bumrah helped. Washington Sundar took 1 wicket, and they were able to restrict Australia at the score of 311 at stumps. Australia is still 6 wickets down. They have 4 wickets to go, and then India will come out to bat tomorrow. But all in all, Australia looked very, very, very strong today. I have with me my two usual experts, Jamie Alter and Taus Rizvi, and we are going to talk about day one of the Boxing Day test. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Taus. Jamie, I'll start with you. How would you sum up day one from Indian team's perspective? Good, bad, mixed? कैसे कैसे sum up करेंगे?
मिक्स्ड ही होगा ना, बिकॉज पहला सेशन ऑस्ट्रेलिया ले गई, उसके बाद इंडिया मेड सम इनरोड्स, बट यू हैव टू से 300 प्लस रन्स, 68 पे स्टीव स्मिथ खेल रहे हैं. स्टीव स्मिथ अगर आउट होते, आई वुड हैव सेड इट वुड बीन अ गुड डे फॉर इंडिया. फैंटास्टिक दैट दे गॉट ट्रेविस हेड फॉर डक, एंड वेरी गुड कि जो भी जो टॉप 3 ने 60, all 3 got 50s, and the fact that none of them were able to convert, that's good. But once again, the dependency on Jasprit Bumrah, it just shows. I mean, khair kya hi bole yaar, Mohammed Siraj, another awful day for him, going at 4.6 per over. Good for Akash. I think every match that we see him bowl, he bowls well, but he doesn't get the reward till very, very late. मतलब 16-17 over डालने के बाद Akash को मौका मिलता है. It would have been good had Steven Smith been out, because then you said, यहाँ से सिर्फ bowlers ही बचे हैं. But Smith batting on 68. This is a much better innings, I think personally, than the 100 he got, because वहाँ पे struggle बहुत किया था, वहाँ पे beat बहुत हुए थे. यहाँ पे he's looked very, very good. He's not had to labor as much. But हाँ, Kanav, obviously from the first session, this is much better than I thought. I thought it might be 350, 360 for 3. But वो जो ट्रेविस हेड को आउट किया जसप्रीत बुमराह ने, that was the big moment. But still, an average day for India, I would say.
Yeah, pretty average. I would agree. A pretty average day. Those you were there in the lunch session. A lot has happened on day one, starting from the first session to the last 2 sessions. I want to hear your take on the first session. But usse pehle, how would you sum up the entire day for the Indian team? I remember you said 250 is the magic number in the live in the morning, 4:30 a.m. 250 से तो already बहुत cross हो चुका है. But your thoughts on that?
250 if India would have restricted them, all out कर देते तो ही magic number होता. अभी वो तो obvious है कि यार 311, they've gone away with the match now. I mean, it's difficult unless you come out with a big 100 from Yashasvi, Jaiswal, or maybe Virat Kohli starts leaving the ball the way he was shadow practicing, the way he was doing it in the nets. If he does that in the match, then there are some chances that India might bounce back from here. Because first innings, I mean, even if you let them score 375, 400, it's very, very difficult from here. I'm disappointing day again. Jamie bhai exactly said Bumrah ke upar sara bhar aa gaya, sara. See, it's a team game, yaar. You have to contribute from the other end. I mean, what was the logic in bringing Mohammed Siraj? फिर से Mohammed Siraj, आपको समझ में नहीं आया, वो बंदा कंट्रोल नहीं कर पा रहा है. स्टार्ट जबरदस्त किया, but then you want wickets. You want wickets in the first few overs. The way this guy was playing, I mean, they were beating the edge, especially Jasprit Bumrah. They were beating Sam Konstas, Usman, Khawaja, beautiful deliveries. But then you want wickets. So who could have done the job? Akash. तुमने वही खराब कर दिया ना, वहां शुरुआत खराब कर दी. जब तुमने लेट ऑफ कर दिया तो बंदा तो चांस लेके मार रहा था, एंड इट वाज प्री प्लान्ड यार. सैम का जो भी हिट्स गया, वी वर थिंकिंग यार मिस हो रहा है. दैट वाज प्री प्लान्ड, बिकॉज ही नोज कि यार आगे डाला बुमराह को, आप चांस लोगे, जाएगा पीछे बाउंड्रीज या 6 जाएगा, और वो गया. तो आपने उधर ही शुरुआत गलत कर दी, आकाशदीप को नहीं देके. इमीडिएटली फर्स्ट के 4-5 ओवर में आप 1 विकेट निकाल लो तो संभल जाता है सिचुएशन. दैट कुड हैव बीन इन योर फेवर. नाउ इट हैज गॉन आउट ऑफ योर हैंड, and it's a very ordinary day, I would say, below ordinary, below par. I mean, if Jasprit Bumrah wouldn't have been there, it would have been pathetic. Credit to Jasprit Bumrah. I mean, at the end of the day, he was tired, literally looking tired. अब कितना खिला हो गया यार, कितना निचोड़ हो गया. What कुछ है ही नहीं कहने क्या. This is pathetic performance by other bowlers. I mean, not giving this guy or Washington Sundar or ये इनका wicket था ही नहीं. It was still a good wicket to bowl on. These guys,
Yeah,
Siraj again, captaincy,
yeah.
bad.
Absolutely. I mean, there were obviously a lot of decisions that the fans are not agreeing with, and Mohammad Siraj is one of them. The fact that why is he playing, and then if he's playing, why is he starting along with Jasprit Bumrah? But Taus, since you were not there in the lunch live, your thoughts on this guy on the screen, yeah.
So
Sam Konstas, what a youngster, what a performance, and what a knock by him, unfazed by the occasion. MCG, packed MCG, Boxing Day test, your debut, you are a 19-year-old facing Jasprit Bumrah, and then he goes on to play ram shots for fun. Your thoughts on his knock?
ब्यूटीफुल है. आई मीन इट्स सी टेक्निकली ये वो बहुत लंबा अभी यंगस्टर तो इसको शुरुआत ही हुई है. कितना ही कैच फर्स्ट क्लास मैचेस खेले है, उसको ड्राफ्ट कर लिया है. सो दे माइट हैव बीन लुकिंग कि यार ये बंदे में दम है, समबडी हु कैन डू इट. कॉन्फिडेंस लग रहा था, थोड़ा शेकी था, थोड़ा नर्वस था, नर्व्स थे बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली प्लेइंग हिज फर्स्ट मैच फेसिंग बुमराह अगेन. बट देन द वे ही टैकल्ड हिम, जिस तरह से उसने सोल्यूशन निकाला वो सिचुएशन का, वो जसप्रीत बुमराह का यार 19 साल का बंदा, यार 19 साल का बंदा डायरेक्टली काउंटर अटैक करे जसप्रीत बुमराह को. व्हाट टू से अबाउट हिम. आई मीन बड़े बड़े यहाँ पर बल्लेबाज खेल नहीं पाते यार, बड़े बड़े बैट्समैन नहीं खेल पाते बुमराह को. यहाँ पर इसने एक चैलेंज दिया. इनफैक्ट आई वुड से ही चैलेंज्ड हिम एंड ही वन दैट चैलेंज. आई थिंक दैट वाज रबिश फ्रॉम विराट कोहली टू कम आउट एंड sledge this youngster here who's just 19-year-old. I mean, I want Virat Kohli to be remembered as one of the greatest of the game, modern day great, instead of all these petty things, yaar. So I think this game right now, the start, first session, and the day, and jitne bhi log keh rahe century, this belongs to this 19-year-old guy who faced Bumrah, yaar, with vigor, with passion, with all the bravado. सुपर यार, मजा आ गया मुझे तो देखकर. आई वाज वाचिंग द गेम वेरी क्लोजली एंड आई वाज वंडरिंग कि यार ये बंदा, बहुत सारे गैप्स है, बहुत सारे लूप होल्स है. ही मे नॉट बी एज टैलेंटेड एज अ यशस्वी or maybe Shubman Gill. He may not have the shots, but he will learn at 19 facing Bumrah, getting those shots. Oof, I enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah, but at this point, looks like he has way more shots than Jaiswal and Gill the way he's playing. But Jamie, Taos talked about that physical altercation between Virat and Sam, and we had a discussion during the lunch live. But since then, वो और escalate हो चुका है in the sense it's everywhere. The many former cricketers are demanding strict action against Virat Kohli. वो videos दिखाई गई है that he deliberately walked towards Sam Konstas and did what he did. You know, it is on his shoulders. As I said, many former cricketers, अब Ricky Ponting भी कह रहे हैं कि it was deliberate, लेकिन उनका counter ये आता है कि coming from Ricky Ponting is very rich what he has done during his times. Do you think that he deserves a suspension for this level 2 offense, 3 or 4 demerit points, which could lead to 1 match suspension? Your thoughts? इस पे क्या, what do you think should be the fine by ICC? Either fine or suspension?
I mean, it depends, right? Because if you get 3 or 4, then you get suspended, right? But most likely, because he doesn't have any past issues with the match referee, probably I think he'll just get 1 point, because yes, it was utterly uncalled for, and we discussed it doesn't make any sense. But whether this goes to the 3 or 4 level mark, I don't know. वो रबाड़ा के साथ हुआ था last time 2018 sand paper gate. I just don't feel it's going to go to that level of 3-4. If it does go to 3-4, then by default he won't play the Sydney Test match. But मुझे लगता नहीं है बात वहां तक जाएगी. That's just my gut feeling.
Yeah, well, if you
one aspect, I'm wondering, like 19-year-old से एक legend क्यों mess करेगा जाके, क्यों करना है, मतलब why do you want to get into this? यार, you are a character, man. I mean, I want you to be remembered as somebody who's done wonders, who's won matches for India. Messing up with a 19-year-old is such a ordinary thing. I mean, you cannot. This shows that how frustrated you are, that you have given away the games. Why to get into all these petty things when you can win the match on your own, get runs, answer this guy? I mean, एक बंदा youngster impress करने की कोशिश कर रहा है. He was his hero. In fact, I was looking at one of the videos. Virat Kohli was his hero in one of the under 19 matches जहां पर उन्होंने clip किया. तो क्या सोचेगा यार? My hero is doing something like this to me. He did not like my batting. I mean, you're an idol, you're an icon, you are admired by thousands, lakhs, and crores of youngsters, and suddenly you go down to this. Doesn't look nice. Shameful, yeah.
No, absolutely. And I was thinking the same thing, that you are Virat Kohli. You have had altercations with the likes of Mitchell Johnson, Ricky Ponting himself. A lot of players you have had a fight with, and you never had to use this physical thing when you were having an altercation with them. Now he's a 19-year-old. You are a legend of the game. Now doing all this looks even more silly. And oh, yeah, it's okay. I'm not saying that you can't sledge. You show him, you stare at him, you say words at him, obviously good words, not bad words. You can sledge him, you can put him under pressure, but to get physical, it is a level 2 offense. वैसे on paper, and level 2 offense doesn't require a prior demerit points. उससे ही 3 या 4 सीधा demerit point मिल सकते हैं. That is up to ICC how they see this. So we'll have to wait and see how does ICC see this, क्या decision उसमें आता है. But by the looks of it, it doesn't look nice what happened on the field. Although very mature of Sam Konstas to underplay it. He said that it happens on the field. I am completely okay with this. So a great maturity shown by Sam on this. But we'll move on to the Australian batting. Jamie, हमने ओपनिंग की बात की. ओपनिंग में हमने कहा नेथन मैक्सवेल को ड्रॉप कर दिया गया है, सैम कॉन्स्टेंस को ले लिया गया है, लेकिन उस्मान ख्वाजा को नहीं ड्रॉप किया गया. नाउ उस्मान ख्वाजा played brilliantly. I mean, it's not a quick 57, but it's a very important 57 in the context of the game. Do you think Sam ne jo innings kheli, that helped Usman Khawaja to open up and spend some more time on the crease? Is that in any way connected to Khawaja, what Sam did against Bumrah and the other bowlers?
It has to be, but more than that, it's the first flat track of this series, right? If Australia, in hindsight में अगर हम पर्थ मैच के डे 1 को फ्लिप करते, अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया पहले बैटिंग करके 175 180 पे ऑल आउट होती और फिर इंडिया स्टंप से पहले 7 विकेट खोती और नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग दे गॉट आउट, एंड देन इफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाज बैटिंग ऑन दो सेम फ्लैट ट्रैक्स इन पर्थ, उस दिन जायसवाल ने 160 मारे, हो सके उस दिन उस्मान ख्वाजा 160 मारते. सो इट कम्स डाउन टू द कंडीशंस. वी डिस्कस्ड इन द प्रीव्यू शो हाउ पर्थ डे नाइट टेस्ट मैच और ब्रिस्बेन के बाद ये दोनों आखिरी टेस्ट मैचेस, यानी कि 4th and 5th टेस्ट मैचेस, ये दोनों टीम्स के बैट्समैन के लिए एक राहत के रूप में आएगी. एंड वी सॉ दैट. यस, ऑफ कोर्स, when finally someone does what nobody else has been able to do for 6 years, as of how to hit Bumrah out of the attack, no doubt you get confidence. But I think more than that, just the lack of support from the other end. हमने लंच शो में डिस्कस किया कि 13 ओवर तक आपने बुमराह और मोहम्मद सिराज खासकर 13 ओवर की क्या जरूरत थी? नॉर्मली तो आप 9-10 ओवर के बाद आप फर्स्ट चेंज पे जाते हो. आज के दिन जब सैम कॉन्स्टेंस ने बेहतरीन पारी खेली, जब विकेट फ्लैट था, देयर वाज नथिंग इन दिस विकेट, व्हिच इज व्हाई आई एम सरप्राइज्ड. Like I said earlier, Australia are not 340, 350 for 3. So I think it's more to do with the flat nature. 12 पारी के बाद तो Usman Khawaja has gone and got a 50. Yes, he probably would have applied himself better, probably left a few more deliveries. But I think it has more to do with just this being a batting beauty. इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ 60, 57, 72, all three of these guys must be kicking themselves कि यार हम में से किसी ने 100 क्यों नहीं बनाया, क्योंकि आज the stage was set for at least 200s from Australia, given the start that Sam Konstas gave them. And अगर स्मिथ ने इस 68 को 120 130 में कन्वर्ट किया तो फिर आप 450 का रन आप देख रहे हो ऑस्ट्रेलिया से.
Yeah, and that looks like a mountain, even though it's a batting friendly pitch. But with the form that the current Indian batters are, especially now Rohit coming at the top, opening the innings, and Virat Kohli being in the form that he is, nicking all the balls outside off stump, it looks like a mountain for the Indian team. But Taus, is the pitch that good, or were the bowlers that bad? How do you sum it up? कि पिच बहुत अच्छी है यार, इतने रन्स तो पड़ने ही थे, या पिच बहुत अच्छी है एक जगह, लेकिन इंडियन बॉलर्स वर सो बैड दैट दे कुड हैव बीन 250 for 8 at the stumps.
No, see, initially they were unfortunate. They were not getting the edges. I mean, Jasprit Bumrah, the way he was bowling, Mohammed Siraj was not bad. Initially, he was also taking those edges, but suddenly क्या हुआ कि वो एक leg stump पे डाली और Usman Khawaja got a ब्यूटीफुल टच ऑफ द पैड्स और नीचे फाइन बाउंड्री, उसके बाद रिदम खराब हो गई बंदे की. So that is why you needed somebody like a Akashdeep to start the innings, because यहाँ पर momentum is one of the most important thing in Test cricket, especially or maybe cricket overall, कि आपको गेन करना है और वो उसके वन एक टप्पे पे डालने का है, और वो आकाशदीप और बुमराह साथ में कर सकते थे. The chances of taking a wicket early stages were higher than what you saw exactly after Sam Konstas and Usman Khawaja's partnership. But kitna obviously, I mean, bowling, it's a batting track. Initially question आया था कि यार how the wicket is going to behave in the first session. It behaved the way exactly how it should have been. New ball, fresh wicket, bounce, and the carry was really good. The wicket keeper was taking the ball above his shoulder length. I mean, although this guy is short, not as tall as Adam Gilchrist, but you can call average Indian height is almost like that. But I would say ki it's more of a ordinary batting and good ordinary bowling and a pretty good extraordinary batting from these guys. And again, I agree with Jimmy by that these guys might be kicking himself. This was much better wicket to bat on to score runs than what you had previously Adelaide or Perth or maybe Gabba. This was a good wicket to bat on, and इसलिए I'm still figuring out, like still wondering if India can bounce back. यहाँ पर आप अपनी गलती से ही आउट हो सकते हो, नहीं तो यहाँ पर विकेट लेने के देखिए विकेट तो अभी these guys are not एक तरफ से मिचेल स्टार्क, दूसरी तरफ से पैट कमिंस, तीसरी तरफ से who's that bowler स्कॉट बोलेट, ये आपको सांस लेने नहीं देंगे जो आपको सिराज ने लेने दिया या आकाशदीप कोई मोमेंट में, क्योंकि यार these guys are true good bowlers, somebody who will pitch you right up there, they won't let you breathe easily. और वो बंदे जो हमारे bowlers ने बुमराह के अलावा जो लेट ऑफ किया, जो ब्रीदिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया, उसमें ये निकल गया आगे. सो इन दैट वे इट्स अ गुड विकेट टू बैट ऑन. बट अगर आपने इसको कैश ऑन नहीं किया, टीम इंडिया ने बाउंस बैक नहीं किया, और आई मीन इफ दे लेट इट लूज, then there are chances, because these guys are very good bowlers, very tight bowlers. They won't let you ease past them. But then that is the challenge, right? Australia, it's still a good batting wicket from what it was. Our bowling apart from Bumrah was pretty ordinary. Could have done better. Could have done better. Started very bad.
Yeah, started even Bumrah for that matter. The way Sam played him, they started very bad. Well, we have a report coming in. It is more or less official. Obviously, official अब तक नहीं आई है. Virat Kohli has been fined 20% of his match fee. उससे ज्यादा फाइन नहीं हुआ है. सस्पेंशन तो बहुत ही दूर की बात हो जाती है अगर सिर्फ 20%. ये रिपोर्ट आई है. Obviously, nothing official as of now. But it's more or less it's 20% only as of now, and I don't know how the former Australian cricketers react to this, because they were very very heavy on suspension. Even though Australian अगर broadcaster से पूछोगे और Sydney cricket ground से पूछोगे, they would not love to not have Virat Kohli in that ground in the 5th test. To suspension के against तो वो खुद ही खड़े होंगे. We have quite a few comments coming in. Ujjwal Maurya: Akashdeep bowled better than Bumrah today, bowled fuller lengths, lots of play and misses. Jamie, was Akashdeep the better bowler today when it comes to line and length? Wickets Akashdeep के जैसे कि आपने कहा कि किस्मत साथ नहीं देती, एज नहीं लगते हैं. विकेट्स उनके जरूर एक ही है, बुमराह की 3 है. बट was Akashdeep a better bowler overall throughout the team bowling attack of Team India?
No, he gave you control, right? But again, he didn't have to bear the brunt of what Sam Konstas was doing. उस 2 ओवर स्पेल को निकाल दो, मतलब his first spell, just 2 overs were where Sam Konstas really took Jasprit Bumrah apart, which no bowler has managed to do now in 6 years. बाकी मुझे तो frankly 19-20 का फर्क लगा, and it does make a hell of a difference when you're coming on first change, right? Because you're watching the mistakes that Mohammed Siraj is doing, and Tausbai is right. Mohammed Siraj शुरुआत अच्छी करी, लेकिन जैसे कि हमने लंच ब्रेक में डिस्कस किया, जैसे ही बंदे ने मुंह खोला उसके बाद ये सारे रैम शॉट्स लगने लगे. उससे पहले he was being beaten, he tried 2 shots, didn't click. Why does Mohammed Siraj have to go and make a fool of himself by starting to pass comments? Literally 2 minutes after that comment, the guy started to middle his shots. अब ये सब देख के, ना सिर्फ आज, ये सब पूरे सीरीज में देखकर आकाशदीप को मालूम है, बॉस मैं कुछ नहीं बोलने वाला, मैं अगर बोलूंगा तो ये शायद ये मेरे पीछे भी चढ़ जाएंगे. So everyone has a lot to learn about how not to react, you know. So yes, he did bowl more percentage balls. He hit a better length. He induced more false shots. I'm talking about Akash Deep. Then Jasprit Bumrah did. He's got a better economy. But like this graphic says, the bowler of the day for the 4th test match in a row was Jasprit Bumrah. And as brilliant as it is, it just shows कि भाई जब हर बार, हर मैच, हर स्थिति, हर स्टंप शो पे, हर प्रीव्यू शो पे जब हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ बुमराह की तारीफ कर रहे हैं, Akashdeep might have bowled better dot balls and and more wicket taking balls, but the fact is he doesn't have the wickets, and it just shows how sorely Jasprit Bumrah has lacked support for 4 consecutive test matches, और ये सिडनी में भी होगा.
Akashdeep ka again, Jimmy bhai, one aspect he's a very kind of a humble cricketer, somebody who's very soft in nature, somebody who doesn't come at you, somebody who's not very, but comes there, takes the I mean, measures his run up, bowls, and then goes back. I mean, even that sorry thing with Travis Head and that wicket keeper, I was something very unlike of a modern day cricketer, somebody like a Siraj, somebody like a Kohli, somebody like a, he doesn't get at you. And fast bowlers are normally very aggressive. I mean, you look at Bumrah and you look at Akashdeep. These guys appear to be very simple. They believe in doing their job instead of having a go at a batsman every time. You can't. So this is something which also gives them respect from the batsman. And it's not that ki yaar, batsman doesn't take you seriously. It's that ki they respect you, and also you're a good bowler, which helps in that matter. So I think that way. Otherwise, Jasprit Bumrah, I mean, every time it's so unfair on him. It's so unfair on him कि यार every time you have to go to Jasprit Bumrah, and then you saw what exactly. मुझे पता नहीं यार 5 टेस्ट मैच के बाद उसका शोल्डर का क्या हालत होने वाला है. इतना सोर हो जाएगा. इस बात कितना लेना पड़ेगा, कितना उसको ब्रेक लेना पड़ेगा. So these test matches, I mean, I don't know, series पूरा, it's something something very bad for him, something too much. Do they have a solution for it? I mean, कितना करेगा ये बंदा?
I don't think he should be playing the 5th test match, irrespective यहाँ से क्या होगा, because चलो उसके बाद he'll get a few weeks off, and I don't think he'll play. I think England team अगले महीने 8 white ball matches के लिए आ रही है ना, 5 वनडे या 3 T20 या vice versa. I don't see him playing those, but but you need Jasprit Bumrah for the Champions Trophy, right? So playing him 5 test matches, they probably will. 99.9% they will play him through 5 test matches. But imagine if the rehab and the ice packs and the workload management doesn't work out, and you end up losing him for the Champions Trophy. Nahi hona chahiye, but it's insane. I mean, he would have known. Bumrah would have known the amount of overs probably in his mind. क्योंकि बंदा शार्प है और टीम भी अच्छी है. He would have thought कि हाँ मुझे XYZ overs तो डालने पड़ेंगे, but यार सोचने में ताउस भाई, as you said, डालने में बहुत फर्क है यार. Its shoulder is going to be stuffed.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There was some issue with my camera. It went away. But yeah, I fully agree. And Bumrah वो आज दिख रहे थे, वो थोड़े प्रॉब्लम में दिख रहे थे. Maybe निगल, maybe जो बॉडी क्योंकि इतने ओवर्स डाल रहे हैं लगातार, तो hopefully he stays fit for the next match and also for Champions Trophy and the other series that are coming up. We have quite a few comments. Ujjwal Maurya is saying it isn't that flat. Spongy bounce, जब बैटिंग आएगी तो पता चलेगा. बैटिंग फ्रेंडली अभी लग रही है पिच, बट क्या बॉलर्स के लिए सेकंड इनिंग में जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया कल बॉलिंग करने आएगी तब भी उतना परचेज बचेगा, या आपको लग रहा है और फ्लैट होती जाएगी विकेट एज टाइम पासेस बिफोर डे 4 में ऑब्वियसली क्रैक्स आने शुरू होंगे, बट विल इट बी गुड फॉर इंडिया व्हेन दे कम आउट टू बैट?
No, yaar, it's not going to be easy. I mean, Ujjwal ne sahi bola. I agree with him. There is bounce. This is not India track where the ball is going to remain slow, low. Mitchell Starc का कंधा टूट जाएगा बॉल डालते डालते. The fact of the matter is you're playing in Australia right now. Whether it's Perth, MCG ये या Melbourne या आप Adelaide खेल रहे हो या कहीं पर भी खेल रहे हो, this is Australia. There will be bounce and they are known to have bounce. There will be wickets which is going to favor the fast bowlers. There will be wickets which are going to help batters But again, that they're going to help fast bowlers as well. I mean, look at the new ball, yeah. Look at the new ball, the way they bowl, the way they bring the ball. I mean, Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins. I mean, they don't need wickets. I mean, even if they're playing in England, New Zealand, or sorry, so these guys are
Right.
used to playing on these kind of wickets, so they know how to get the greatest of the batsmen out. This is again, I would go back saying this is not India. Spin friendly wickets नहीं, यहाँ पर थकेंगे नहीं bowlers. बुमराह इसलिए कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं अभी तक और 20-20 ओवर दिन में डाल रहे हैं क्योंकि ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया है. इंडिया में डाल रहे होते हुए तो फिर उनका हाथ ऐसा बॉल के साथ जाता साथ में. तो आप एक्सपेक्ट मत करो कि कुछ इजी होने वाला है यहाँ पर. It's going to be challenging for Team India and don't let the, I mean, अब गया तो है 350 के ऊपर मत जाने दो, otherwise आपको फर्स्ट इनिंग में भी बाउंस बैक करने के चांसेस नहीं रहेंगे.
Yeah, and this was supposed to be my next question, Jamie. Is India now playing the chasing game behind Australia? क्या ये मैच इंडिया से दूर जा चुका है? And do they need a miracle to win this match, or do you still believe that India still has a good chance to come back and win this match? They can bat big, they can score 400, 500, put Australia to bat, and then take that path towards victory. Or do you believe that Australia has more or less now the match in their hands?
No, Australia are definitely ahead, and like I said, it should have been 350 for 3 at stumps. I think Marnus Labuschagne definitely threw it away. Sam Konstas तो भाई वो तो पहली बॉल से ऐसा खेल रहा था. Travis Head rarely leaves the ball so early. He got out. Mitchell Marsh तो walking wicket है. If this goes into the 415, 425 range, हाँ फिर मैं कह सकता हूँ match gaya, but I mean, this is the easiest batting conditions we've seen since day 2 at Perth. I still think that this is as flat. In fact, I was going to say what the previous comment said. Virat Kohli might get 100 on this batting deck. Exactly. This is the best batting deck for out of form players to come back into form. अगर आपने ऑस्ट्रेलिया को 360, 370 से कम में ऑल आउट किया, जो कि चांसेस बहुत है, fresh first half an hour, 40 minutes. If they don't make the mistake of opening with Siraj again, if they start with Bumrah and Akash, ये जो 311 है, ये आराम से 350 हो सकते हैं. But for that, you're going to have to bowl better than you did across 3 sessions. I don't think India is out of the match. And I still think, I think the pitch is good enough for Jaiswal, KL Rahul, Virat, Kohli, Rishabh Pant to score runs. I don't have any hopes from Rohit Sharma because right now the pitch is not even part of the discussion when you talk about Rohit Sharma. And like Tausbai mentioned, Stark and these guys it's not a track where they'll have to bend their backs. Starting will be tough, I think. But I think Jaiswal would have watched a lot of how these guys batted. Khawaja being a lefty, and realized that मैं अगर थोड़ा crease पे टिक जाऊं जैसे कि ख्वाजा ने किया तो भैया यहाँ पे runs बन सकते हैं. So I'm not going to judge this pitch until India's first innings is complete. हाँ, India 250 पे all out हो सकती है इसी batting track पे. We've seen that all throughout the series. But let's take stock at stumps tomorrow whether this match is out of India's hand or not.
Yeah, but you talked about that pitch is out of equation when Rohit comes in. Do you think same is with Virat, because it's not much about the pitch, it's also about his discipline, him chasing the balls away from his body. So we may back him to score good runs on this pitch because it's flat. But do you think that will be an issue, him chasing the ball away, and that might cause an issue to Virat Kohli and get out early?
If, like in Brisbane first innings, he walks out with the score 7 for 2, yes. If the top 3, or I have a lot of expectations from KL Rahul now that he's moved to number 3. If Virat Kohli walks out after 40 overs, 35 overs, which is a big ask from the top 3, then I don't think, because look, there's no awkward bounce. A couple times Brisbane and he did this. If he doesn't commit to the front foot, and if he does, he starts to go hard at the ball. If he puts those 2 hours of training, जिसपे हमने शो किया था कि वहां से विजुअल के अनुसार विराट कोहली ने 2.5 घंटे तक बॉल को लीव किया है, Tausbai said, अब जाके वो 2.5 घंटे लगा रहे हैं लीव करने में. If all that bears fruit, I think this is the pitch where he's most likeliest to come close to 100 again. There's no demons. Chaliye, I think usually a sports fan, someone mentioned spongy bounce. हो सकता है, but it's the MCG. Virat Kohli knows how to score runs here. I think he'll be in a good mental space because there's no ball is going to sit up and hit him in the elbow, in the
Yeah.
ribs. It's not going to come
Yeah.
beyond the waist. If he just can leave that fifth stump problem, sixth stump problem, और अगर वो problem नहीं छोड़ सकते, तो भगवान के लिए पुश मत करो, मारो ना पूरा जाके, 4-5 बॉल तो जाएंगे फील्डर्स के थ्रू, and if he gets 4-5 drives off the middle, na, who knows?
Yeah.
I still think this is, after the Perth pitch day 2, this is the best chance for Virat Kohli to get some runs.
Well, hopefully Virat will get some runs. But Taus, talking about Rohit, as JB said, that pitch has nothing to do with him. Your thoughts? Do you think Rohit has a chance of scoring here? Mayank is saying if Rohit doesn't score here, he won't score anywhere. Your expectations from Captain Rohit Sharma?
एक्सपेक्टेशंस तो बहुत थे, बट डिलीवर कहाँ किया अभी तक एक्सपेक्टेशंस पे. सी द फैक्ट ऑफ द मैटर इज, इफ दिस इज नॉट द प्लेस वेयर यू गोइंग टू स्कोर, वेयर विल यू स्कोर? एडलेड, पर्थ या गब्बा? आपने 2 टेस्ट मैचेस में तो आपने एक्सपोज हो गए हो. अब दिस इज द बेस्ट मोमेंट टू सीज. इससे बेटर विकेट आपको कहाँ मिलेगी? मेलबोर्न. इट्स अगेन, या जेबी भाई सेड इट, इट्स नॉट, it's easier to play, it's a good true batting track, but then don't let it start affecting you कि यार इतना भी easy ना हो जाए थोड़ा. I mean, you have to be cautious, yeah, because they are Australians. Again, I keep going back because you have to respect the attack. Yeah, but again, the only way that Rohit Sharma can play right now, he is not a KL Rahul, he is not a Jaiswal who's going to leave the ball, who's going to have be there for a long time. Oh, he's still in that 2023 mode. मैं start दूंगा, बाकी आप लोग कर लेना. यहाँ पर आप स्टार्ट देने की बात नहीं है, यहाँ पर आपको लंबा खेलना, और आप एक ही तरीके से लंबा खेल सकते हो, मिक्सिंग कॉशन विद अग्रेशन. आपको आइडिया है, यू हैव दैट पेशेंस, यू हैव दैट lazy elegance, you have that those strokes, you have you have multiple strokes in your, just be there. I mean, you can't go into your shell, nor you can be over aggressive. You have to follow, you have to walk that middle path. How you do it, I mean, you're a master at it. You have done it over the years, but then convert those, because if you don't convert them, then ये 300, अगर ये 300 350 भी करेंगे तो वो मुश्किल हो जाएगा आपकी टीम को ओवरकम करना. तो you have to convert the stats. That's it. Simple. Easier said than done, but
easier said than done. But the fans would be hoping that the 2 senior statements from Team India, step up, score good, help Team India to win this match. And it's high time, as Jamie said, this is the perfect condition after first second innings. This is the perfect pitch you will get to score runs. Hopefully, पर उससे पहले इंडिया को 4 विकेट्स लेनी है, और वो बहुत जल्दी लेनी जरूरी है, क्योंकि मैच हर एक रन के साथ मैच आपसे दूर जाता जाएगा कल सुबह. Hopefully, India early on in the first hour only takes all the 4 wickets. We'll have to wait and see. What are your thoughts on day 1 of the 4 tests? Do write to us in the comment section down below. I would like to thank Taus and JB for connecting with us, and to all our viewers for sending in your amazing questions. Keep on sending your questions. We'll keep on reading them. Until then, do take care of yourself and have a nice day.